It is working. That's good. Let me get everything else up and running. I kind of today's I got a bit later today, so game. Bow 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 bow. Bow 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 bow. Bow 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 bow. There we go. All working. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's go have a go. Oh, it's a little bit too loud, a little bit too loud. There you go, that should be better. Let's continue. Let me lower that a bit loud. There you go. Load game. This one. Okay, let me lower that out. That was way too loud. Way too loud. Way too loud, that is. I don't know why it's so loud. I think that's better. Okay, let me check Discord levels. Okay, that should be better. Who's 22? So Natsu. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What I mean is just kind of average. Doesn't really evoke any emotions, so kind of bland for your taste. Natsuki frowns her eyebrows at me. My tastes? What's that supposed to mean, huh? Oh, nothing. Well, anyway, I guess I'll show you mine now. Not that you'll like it or anything. Hey, these are new. Sometimes, some folks are winners, some only lose, some are go-getters, some only cruise. Sometimes we try hard and give it our all. Sometimes we give up. What else can we do? That's cool. Told you you'd hate it. Actually, I like it. Well, what? Don't just say it's good to become a girl. Be honest. What? That has nothing to do with it. I genuinely like the poem. Really? Yeah, it's simple, but pretty effective. Finally, somebody who gets it. People in high school think poetry has to be so formal and vague, but they don't realize that simple writing is just as effective, if not more. Readers shouldn't have to search for the meaning, that's just stupid. Besides, simpler the writing, the more emphasis on wordplay. Like I made most of the line with some. Yeah, I noticed that. And made the last couple seem more powerful. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Well, good job then. Heh. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Let's go for you. Let's leave you for last. Hey, Echo. Hope you've been enjoying your time here. Yeah, definitely. I probably sound like a broken record by now, but everyone's been very welcoming. Well, a broken record isn't so bad when it plays something so nice. I guess so. Anyway, since you're new and everything, feel free to bring up any questions or concerns you might have. It's my duty as president to make sure that everything is perfect. And you're also a perfectionist, so there's that. Also, me get my chat open. I apologize if anyone's here and I haven't said anything. I just forgot to set my chat. I have to say that you've been doing a good job of that already. I doubt that I'll ever have anything to complain about. Either way, I was open to new suggestions to the club as well, so don't be afraid to bring up some things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. She says that, but it's going to be a bit intimidating to try to critique Monica of all people. I really don't think that there's going to be anything I'll need to speak up about either. One of the other girls would probably say something before I ever needed to. Natsuki definitely would. Now that's out of the way. Feel like sharing your poem with me? Hey, that's the normal one, we know. I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? You shouldn't be thinking like that at all. Yeah, I was just joking. Kinda. It's alright. I get it's probably awkward to share creative work when you're just a beginner. Especially since the rest of us have a bit more experience than you do. That's an understatement. Don't worry though, we're a little embarrassed today. Don't think many people out there share their poems on a regular basis. But it's sort of thing you'll get used to pretty quickly once you get it over with. Yeah, that's true. Hand my poem over a sigh. Don't grade me too harshly. You'll be fine. I watch nervously as she scans my poem. Interesting poem, Echo. It has a very mellow yet emotional feel to it. I didn't know that you were this in tune with your feelings. I can feel my cheeks growing hot at her teasing. You think? No need to be embarrassed. Poetry is a very personal thing. It's not surprising to see you putting your raw emotions down on paper. Actually, your poem reminds me of something Sayori would write. Really? How so? I mean, you and Sayori are really good friends, right? It shouldn't be far-fetched for you two to write similarly. Well, I guess you could say that we used to be good friends at least. We kind of drifted apart over the years, so I guess it's a praise that we could still have things in common. This club is a perfect opportunity to become closer again with them, don't you think? I guess so. Anyway, much like yours, Sayori's writing tends to have a gentle feel to it. She often uses her words to quietly maneuver through her imagination and explore different emotions. Most of the time I find she addresses happiness and sadness in equal amounts, creating a bittersweet tone. Well, that's kind of unexpected of her. Maybe she's changed more over the years than I thought. I know, right? Who knows that someone so happy would enjoy the pain of tragedy as well. You know, sometimes you sound like Yuri when you talk about poetry. Really? Yeah, I guess you really liked it, huh? You could say that. It'd make me really happy if you get into poetry as well. No pressure, right? For real though, feel free to explore different things and experiment. Maybe you'll find yourself writing in a way you never would have thought you would, just like Sayori does. Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up doing a lot of different things before settling on my own style. It might take me a while before I'm completely confident with my writing. That's perfectly fine. In fact, I'd be more surprised if you immediately started writing your own style. Most people go through the same process that you're going through right now. Try new things is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Anyway, when you talk to everyone about it, naturally they'll be a bit biased towards their own kind of styles. After all, I know I am. But don't force yourself to write in some way just because someone wants you to. So you try to focus on what you want to do. Feel free to ask me for help anytime though. I try to be as objective as possible when I talk to people about these topics. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, do you want to read mine now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for somebody who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I have to feel that way, you know? Anyway, always on duty as club president, huh? Yeah, why does that blooming papyrus? Well, let's get to reading then. Oh, this is a new one. The box. I see, but I don't believe. A lone fingerprint glistening on a gleaming glass. Was it me? Was it always the one in the dark? Hey, that kind of rhymes. I pound on the glass of my prison. Why me? The pain jolts me back. The understanding pouring down like heavy rain. It's all a farce. My heart's on display. My life's but a script just being played away. The world out there had seemed so bright. It was so free, so many choice, so much potential. Maybe I could have had a chance. I realize now that that was never a choice. I was stuck in this box, and now they are on the other side. Choose for me. Okay, this is definitely referencing to the thing this has been a game. See, a lone fingerprint glistening on a gleaming glass. That could be referring to the screen. Was it always in the dark? At the end of the game, That's what happened. I mean, the pain jolts me back, and the standing point down like heavy rain. Yeah, this is kind of like her talking about what happened at the end of the game, or what technically the start of this game now. So what do you think? I don't know how quite to say it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. I definitely get a certain kind of feeling from reading your poem, but I'm not sure how to put it into words. I can understand that. To try to articulate it however you want, you can use metaphors outside of poetry, you know. Well, when you put it like that, I don't know. I guess your poem is kind of abstract. Very vague, at least. Like, I can't quite tell what exactly you're talking about, but even so, I can feel what the speaker's feeling. Yep, I think that describes my poetry pretty well. Yeah, really? I do like my metaphors. Well, you probably be hard pressed to find a poem without a metaphor, actually. Yeah, they're pretty well covered in English class, at least. The ability to convey emotions and concepts through words describing things even the writer might never have experienced before. I can find that really powerful. When you write metaphors, it allows the reader to focus on emotions in the poem. I guess it kind of opens it up for readers to have their own interpretations. Exactly, it's a fascinating when people can diverge from the creator's original intent to find their own meaning in a work of art. Yeah. What was your original intent then? I think it'd be more fun if you figured it out yourself. Eh? That just makes me more curious now. Maybe I'll tell you one day. But for now, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or anything for that matter, you get too fixated on a certain point, but if you try too hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. So the best thing to do is just force yourself to get something down on paper and then tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink to just move your hand and write whatever is in your heart. Easier said than done. I get what you're trying to say. It's better to look back on your work with fresh eyes after you've got something down sometimes. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, so we had that bit, that's the same as the base game. You scans the poem with her eyes with a blank expression on her face. So, how is it? Sorry? I suppose, as far as poetry goes, this isn't bad, but I'm not immeasurably impressed by it. He turns away shamefully. I didn't mean for that to sound so blunt. Don't worry about it. I didn't take it in that way. What makes you think that? Says the poem. A minute passes, more than enough for her to finish reading. Is everything okay? Oh my, sorry. I don't know. I know what to convey, but I just need to find the right words. I understand. Take your time. Okay, I think I know what I want to say. Do you have any prior writing experience? To be honest, not really. Is that obvious? I don't mean to be rude, but I guess it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? So sorry. She buried her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. The incredibly introverted, it must take her a long time to warm up to new people. Don't worry about it, we all started somewhere, right? What were you saying? Right, I've noticed a few qualities consistent of newer writers that showed up in your poem. Perhaps that's what stands out the most, is that you tried very hard to make the structure of this poem your own. And that's okay, but if the first thing you've written might be so prudent to consider more traditional structure like couplets, sonnets, haikus, and the like. If you're not confident in your writing style, it'll show up in your piece. It's like a totally different person when she gets going. She sounds incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly. Again, that's not your fault. I think once you've studied poetic structure and techniques a bit more, you'll be able to put together a truly wonderful composition. I appreciate the feedback. It sounds like you're well versed in this sort of thing. Would it be okay if I took out what you've written down? Oh, of course. Please let me know what you think. I'll be thrilled to explain my process. Yuri smiles as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which in of itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Trumbull. Hill falls down like a discarded dust of overused emotions, dragging down blankets made of want. Slender strings pierce my eyelids, barely painful, and pull them shut. Even so, ever so heavy, I think I've misplaced something. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to fix something. Please don't look for it. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today. That's a bit weird. I'm sorry, my writing's a bit illegible. Whilst my pen touches the page, I just want to get my thoughts down. It's fine. I was able to read it just fine. I wasn't thinking that at all. Hey, sure, it seemed you took a while to read it. Well, I guess I don't see cursive often, but it's really nice when you do it. When I do it, your writing actually is quite pretty. Is that so? I'm glad you think so. It made your poem stand out even more as well. It has thought your handwriting fits your word choice or vice versa. It wasn't too short, was it? I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since it's the first time we're sharing, I thought it'd be easier to share. That makes sense. Do you mind telling me what about though? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I didn't mean to write something so confusing. Or it's not that, I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly. I see. I suppose from a cursory glance, it might not be obvious. But part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image within your words. While on the surface it might seem a bit out there, if you look a little deeper, you might be able to find a deeper meaning amongst the lines compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in this poem aren't meant to be taken at face value. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost to the past and the sense of the plain tingling long that comes with it. That's pretty impressive when you put it that way. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Thanks for the compliment. Hopefully during your time here you'll understanding of poetry will grow and these things will come to you naturally. I'll do my best. Thanks for sharing with me. Yeah, of course. Phew. Gets us everyone. I glanced around the room. That was surprisingly fun, albeit a bit stressful. I really know that I wouldn't be able to write to the quality of everyone else, but I tried. Everyone here is very talented. Well, all the others at least. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting again. My eyes land on Yuri and Asuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their retrospective poems. As I watch, Asuki breezes through his poems, her eyes skipping over the words. Meanwhile, Yuri stares at the paper in her hand, smiling sadly. Asuki quickly hands Yuri her poem back. Here, I'm done. Already? Yeah, it's not like it's super hard to read. I'm not illiterate, you know. Huh? It's hard for me to understand at least. I just wanted to make sure you caught all the figurative language that I employed. Yeah, I did. It was fancy. Thanks. However, I believe that you'd enjoy it more if you looked deeper into it. I enjoyed it plenty already. Anyway, are you finished with my poem then? Yes, yours is cute. Cute. Didn't you learn anything from a conversation yesterday? Yuri looks shocked, regret seeping into her expression. Seems like both of them still hold their prejudges despite whatever common ground they might have. How can it be cute? You're standing there thinking that I haven't read your poem when it's you who really haven't read mine. Hello, how are you? Hello, Mia's child, how are you? It's clearly about the push and pull between giving up and trying hard. I know that, I just meant the language, I guess. Well, maybe you should look deeper into my poems, because I know that type of language is on purpose. I see. But if I may give a suggestion, these more involved subject matters may be better suited to more complex direction. Because the art of poetry is deeply intertwined with... Look, I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand. Writing this way doesn't make you look cool or smart, okay? It just makes you look super pretentious. If you write with a thesaurus open next to you, you're going to just alienate everyone. Didn't I 100% the game? Yes, I did. But this is a mod or a fan game. So Act 1 is similar to the first game, but Act 2 it should all change, which is going to be cool. But there is differences now as well. Because this is different. No, I'm playing a mod. Or fan game, whatever you like to call it. Technically both. Using all these big words to make up for lack of depth. Poetry isn't about impressing people, so you can just stop. Holy, yes, I had wide-eyed and Monica and Sayori who have fallen silent. They stared back at me looking unsure of what to do. I'm guessing they don't usually have many arguments in the club. Although tension between them has already seemed kind of high. Lack of depth? Yeah, that's right. So if I can give you suggestions now. Excuse me. I appreciate the officer, but I must really ask. What makes you believe that I'll accept your advice after you've been so rude to me? Huh? Rude? That was just blunt honesty. Do you ever consider that other people don't hold the same opinions as you? What are you trying to say? Do I really need to spell it out for you? Yeah, you do. I want to see if you're really going there. The irony. I dare you to say it. I give a small laugh of desperation. I must thank you, Natsuki. I've never been this angry in my life. It's actually given me the courage to speak up. Is this why you're angry all the time? Guys, we shouldn't. This doesn't involve you. Sorry, please don't rob me of my moment. So this is your moment to shine or something? Strange thing to take pride in, don't you think? No. It's my moment to finally speak my mind. While I still have the strength to. Yuri? Natsuki, have you ever realized how selfish you are? Suddenly Yuri seems to be overpowering everyone else in the room. But what? Everything always has to go your way. You always jump to conclusions and make rash decisions without regard for the consequences. And it's never your fault, is it? You don't know me. No, you don't know me either. And yet you spoke as if you knew everything about me. Quite simply, you don't. The very fact you don't think but your blunt honesty was incredibly rude just goes to show how narrow-minded you truly are. Yeah. Seeing her moment, Yuri boldly carries on, abyss dripping from each word. I know it must have been a difficult concept for you to understand, but the whole world doesn't involve you in your manga. So tell me, why should I take the advice from someone who can only see their own perspective? Everyone knows it. Monica, Sayori, even Echo. Don't you remember how hostile you were to them when they first joined us? I wasn't being hostile. We hadn't had a new member in a long time. Not sorry for keeping on my toes. And that's how I talk to everyone, not just Echo. Am I supposed to change my whole personality to cater to how you think I should be? If Echo has a problem with my jokes, he can tell me. You don't get to speak for him. He closes her eyes, shakes her head, carrying on as if her heart didn't have. Do you really expect a new member to be able to speak up so easily? Not everyone is unafraid of being brutishly certain as you. What? The rest of us were so excited to have a new member, but did it ever cross your mind? No, you just let your own selfish thoughts dictate your behavior. Selfish? They weren't. You could have scared them off. That might have been what you wanted, but what about the rest of us? I just explained myself, for goodness sake, but as per usual, you aren't listening. I know for someone who's been ranting on about how narrow-minded I am, you're pretty intolerable yourself. There, I used a big word. Do I sound like Shakespeare yet? Am I worthy of your attention? Ouch. Both of them really have their clothes out. Also, Monica and Sayori didn't have any issues with me yesterday, it's just you. Of course they did, and they just didn't say anything. Monica's too responsive, and Sayori's too kind. So why don't we ask Echo then as the most unbiased spectator? Fine. Echo, who's right, me or Yuri? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't even know what they want me to decide on at this point. So I just ignore all the personal stuff and just talk about their poetry? That's what started the argument after all. But it's not like I'm a good judge of writing quality given that I'm just a beginner. I don't think it would be fair for me to take either side, especially since I'm new here. Maybe I should defer to one of the club leaders? Sayori, help me. I hate being put on the spot like this, but both Yuri and Asuki are looking at me. Well, the hostilities isn't aimed at making me feel I'm the target for the anger in their eyes. Guys, I got nervous at the bead of sweat trickling down my neck. I'm not really the best judge for this. After all, I'm new here, so I'm painfully aware of how weak my voice sounds. Neither of them look impressed. Wow, we'll help you, Asuki. Let me guess, blah blah blah, you're being so rude, you're a broken record, you're so you're finally realizing how insoluble you are. You got there in the end, well done. You're such a... Stop. Well, it's done in silence, and never heard Sayori angry before, and even Asuki looks taken aback. Immediately, anger on Sayori's face is replaced by a flood of tears, the anger giving way to sadness. Enough of this, please. You're tearing apart the club. Don't do this. I like this place, and you guys are both my friends. I hate it when people fight. It's horrible. This place means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you guys as well. So please, can we stop arguing over whose style is better? It doesn't even matter. You're both unique in a way that counts. Both are looking incredibly ashamed of themselves. I guess neither of them expected that the argument would hurt Sayori so much. That one's rage and fire has now been snuffed and replaced with smouldering embers. I really like your simple style, Asuki. It's nice to sit down and read a poem that springs to life. And I know the others do as well. Monica and I nod in earnest, putting a small smile on Asuki's face. And Yuri, I'm amazed at how complex and deep your poems are. They're really in depth. But there's no need to argue over which style is better. You can't compare them anyway. It depends on the mood you're in. Yeah, she's right. Sometimes you're in the mood for something simple. Sometimes you might want something a bit more complex. It's like music or movies. People like a variety of things. You can't really say that comedy as a genre is better than action, can you? Both types appeal to different things. You wouldn't watch an action movie for laughs, would you? I look over at Sayori, giving her reassurance smile. She turns with a watery smile of her own, rubbing her eyes. You said it, Echo. She turns to face Yuri and Asuki once more. Now you both have said some stuff that's pretty mean, but I know neither of you meant it. Neither of you are narrow-minded, although it would be nice if you could like each other's stuff a bit more. So could you try doing that a little? Please, for me, for the club? I can't help but laugh as soon as she put on puppy dog eyes. I don't think she realized the right time to use them. Sure, whatever, I'll try. You take a deep breath, finally lifting her eyes from the floor. You're right, sorry, I'll make more of an effort. Natsuki? What? She looked quite defiant, as though expecting another insult. I apologize for what I said. Your writing style has its own merits. Natsuki blinked as though she slapped in the face. She clearly wasn't expecting an apology. Meh, it's fine, don't worry about it. Your style is... She diversified down once more. I guess what I'm trying to say is your writing is you write pretty well. I shouldn't have said that stuff. Me neither. It's an awkward silence. That's much better. Thank you for putting your differences aside. We all appreciate it. I'll go make some tea. Brushes off as he wanders over to the closet. I glanced over at Monica. She hadn't said a word throughout the whole argument, which surprised me. I should have been the one who said all of that. Why didn't you then? I once said the words in my mouth. They sounded like more accusational than I would have liked. Well, I know I'm the leader and I run this club, but I'm not the greatest with people. I frown. If she isn't great with people, how can she run a club? She must have caught the confusion on my face as she hastily to explain. Yeah, sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm fine with people, it's just the drama, I can't deal with it. Well, that's why you have Sayori, right? She's an excellent vice president, able to deal with conflict much better than I can. Which is pretty embarrassing, at least for me. That should have been my duty to deal with, not hers. Don't blame me though, seriously, it was pretty terrible to get involved. I could barely speak up. True, but that's exactly the sort of thing a person should be able to deal with. Nah, come on, don't say like that. You know, so you have different strengths and that's it. I always thought of her as a little ditzy sometimes, but she definitely has a knack for social situations. Definitely. I'm grateful to have her as my vice president. And the both of you do a really good job running this place. I would know that a bit of an early assessment. But you know, first impressions are now all. It smells sweetly and caused my stomach to knot. You're too kind. I'm glad I brought you along to the club. I really hope you stick around. Don't worry, I plan to. Natsuki, Monica is such genuine person, and she makes a great president regardless of what she might think. Hopefully I'll be able to properly get to know her during the school year. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing your poems? I noticed she carefully avoids mentioning the argument that just occurred. It was a lot of fun. Some moments were worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. I go, how about you? I actually enjoyed it myself. It seems I do like expressing myself in poetry a lot more than I initially thought. Everyone looks intently at me, everyone's smiling. It's really cool to get everyone's different see everyone's different writing styles. Yeah, that's cool. In that case, we'll do the same thing for tomorrow. And hopefully you learned something from us too. So your poem will turn out even better. Yeah. Wait a bit as they begin to pack up. Today I managed to learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, I'll be able to learn more about everyone's individual thoughts as their themes and messages. I nod to myself, returning to Sayori. Hey, ready to go? Sure. Okay, see you tomorrow then. As we leave the club room, Sayori turns back to wave. I do the same. Natsuki smiles, then quickly looks away and acts like she doesn't care. Yuri awkwardly smiles and nods. And as expected from the school-eyed Monica gives a friendly grin and waves back. So about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, I remember you told me yesterday that they've sometimes bicker, but are all the arguments normally that bad? I feel a little guilty as I ask, as I know she doesn't like talking about conflict. There's a slight dip in the cheeriness of her voice as she replies. Not at all, they have their differences, but that's the first time I've seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people, I promise. You don't have to hate them or anything, do you? No, not that. It's normal for people to argue, I guess. I was just curious. After all, You know them better than I do. Sayori lets out a relieved sigh. You know, Echo, it's been so nice seeing you again. I didn't really think we'd get to spend much time together. Yeah, tell me about it. It's been very fun hanging out again. I don't know when we started drifting away or why. Guess it was just life coming between us. She nods, looking a little reflective. Still, I'm glad you let me join the club. I'm not going to lie, at first I was a bit doubtful when you told me it was about literature. But hey, I guess it goes to show that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She giggles and I frowned. Did I say something funny? You got that one from Natsuki, didn't you? What? Oh, right, she did say that yesterday. As you must be known as a bit of a... They might be known as an airhead, but sometimes she can really notice things that others don't. I wonder what it's really like going on inside her head. Ah, you haven't changed at all. You always knew how to make me laugh. I blushed slightly. I've never really known how to react to that compliment, especially from someone like her. I'm glad I'm still able to do that. I'll be honest though, I didn't think I'd make so many new friends by joining the club. Well, they're a nice bunch, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's a pretty warm welcome. You know, contently. Yeah, let's see what the future holds. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, see you. Well, very interesting characters. They have different personalities and a variety of writing styles. If you're all united under the same club, I briefly wonder how Monica found them all. In just 2 days, I felt I'd made progress with each member, getting to know them all, actually getting to know Monica a little, and of course reuniting with an old friend. Never guessed this all come from joining the club, but hey, I'm not complaining. Let's just hope my writing improves over time so I can write poems to a standard more like theirs. Speaking of which, there's work to be done tonight. Let's do this. This is cool. How have I been streaming? Only for probably a shorter stream today. Melody. Wonderful. Sing. Smile. Heart. Childhood. Memories. Dance. Friends. Hurt. Fear. Kiss. Laugh. Tears. Broken. Lily. Death. Empty. Heartbeat. Cry. Again, I don't know how we make a poem out of just random words. Just a few days ago, I never would have thought that I'd look forward to an extracurriculum so much. But here I am, back for another club meeting and anticipating new antics from everyone. The usual scene awaits me. Usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hello. Hey, Tori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? Well, it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? We've got some exciting news. Hey, what's up? Did you know that the student store sells that new brand of strawberry milk now? I saw it when I passed by on my way here. I should have known better than to expect actual news from Sayori. Huh? I didn't think we've tried that yet. I don't know. Strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it goes great with melon bread. So you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. The milk is sweet, but it has a unique tart strawberry flavour that's erased by the richness of the milk. When you pair that with fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out more, even more so it's just the right amount of flavour. Wow, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt you know your food. I'm gonna take it as a compliment, you meanie. If I'm meanie for giving her a compliment. Anyway, aren't you hungry? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now you mention it a little bit. Great, let's go to student store and buy snacks then. Ah, now I see what she's up to. I raise an eyebrow so you notice. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, you see, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. Oh, really? Let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse? Let's see it. She lets out an awkward laugh as she pulls out her purse. She opens it and dumps the contents onto the desk. 2 small coins fall out. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sayori not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of time she would manage to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Haha, nice try. No, but how did you know? Now wouldn't you like to know that? Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks her tongue out at me, typical. You suddenly giggles, eh? I didn't notice she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of her book. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Echo to let me borrow some money. That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. It's shameful to manipulate people into buying things for you. Well, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around. I didn't mean that. That came out much harsher than I intended. Sorry, Push isn't embarrassing, looking away from us while playing was trying to her hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. Looks you might not be a bit ashamed of how you acted yesterday. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after. You're right though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. You let her small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. She laughs so shine proper. Ah, is this the mischievous behaviour that Sayori used to display as a child then? Yeah, although then I fell for it time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out of. Don't make me out to be so sneaky. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised Sayori coming from you. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? What's going on here? Oh, nothing worse. Sayori just was up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she just tricked me into buying a snack. Hey, that's not true. Marcus smiled and wrongly turned to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. Welch said chuckle. Hey, you guys are being mean. Okay, we're sorry, but you did bring this upon yourself. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I'm really hungry. Well, Natsuki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori immediately snatches it out of her hand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. As she takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks very good. Yours look very good too. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why did you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. So he goes out to her seat, goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge shy off her. Nom. So he suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of her cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, so he trots away to safety. Yuri, Monica, and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid. Monica, tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff. So you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds, Sayori. I know. I'm sorry. But it was so good. Hey. Everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, eh, Monica? A little bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, but not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's not a big deal. She posts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayori has managed to finish the entire cookie. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads to the closet. Yuri's already lost in her book. Echo. He suddenly comes up to me. I need to get some stuff from another classroom. Can you come with me? Stuff? What stuff? Well, you know, the festival's right around the corner. Monica's going to make some posters to advertise. So we'll need to get some crayons, markers, and glue sticks for that kind of stuff. Alright, yeah, I'll come with. Yay. We'll be back real soon. You seem quite excited about this. Of course, it's so much fun exploring empty classrooms, isn't that right? Monica laughs and nods at us. Okay, just don't forget the poster paper. I won't. Ready? Let's go. As Sayori and I exit the club room, I follow behind as she hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking kids to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things. Everything is like an adventure to her. Hey, sorry, what exactly are we doing for the festival? Not you, Siri. No, I didn't say Siri. I'm not sure how you make an event out of literature. Hehehe. Monica and I have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favourite poems. Ah, that sounds, well, not exactly boring, but would people be interested in that? Echo, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. Apparently she was feeling lonely, but it's very annoying because Siri can very easily dox you, and she's annoying, and she doesn't listen half the time. It's about performing them. Like you say, the lines of paper. Between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what end have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous fields before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Wow. I had no idea you had that in you. Huh? What do you mean? I never heard you talk like that before. No, it's not a bad thing. It was really good. I was just big contrast from your bubbly self. I'm sure Yuri and Monica would really appreciate it too. I've been working super hard on that poem. So it's good to know you liked it. I'm excited for the festival. Not just because we get to eat loads of stuff, like Natsuki said. Hey, Mimi, not just because of that. Well, that is part of the reason. So like a real person? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I got Siri, but she never does what I wanted to do. It would explain a lot if she's real. Hey. Okay, this classroom here is empty. I think we'll find what we need in here. Let's start our mission. Strange choice of words for someone going into a classroom to get art supplies. But hey, that's Sayori in a nutshell, living in her own little world. Her childlike enthusiasm is infectious and brings about a special feeling I had forgot I had in me. Some kind of innocence of wonder where even the most mundane of tasks are quests and walking down a classroom is a magical journey. She's entered the classroom, so I head straight into the closet and I follow. Let's see what we got in here. Crayons. Pull a box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. They're pulling the crayons out of the box, reading the coloring. Okay, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Can you boost over so I can get the poster paper? Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah. So he bends over and smacks her forehead onto the shelf. She falls to the floor, the crayon spilling all over her lap. Ow. Are you okay? My forehead. Touches her forehead. What happened? Did you cut it? Is it bruised or... No, nothing like that. I just bumped it. Geez, you really had me worried for a second there. I can't help but let her chuckle. This is a typical thing to happen to Sayori. It's almost like she's got clumsy written across her forehead. Which fittingly enough is where she hurt herself. Hey, why are you laughing, you meanie? Sorry. I'm not laughing at you or anything, it's just this is so typical. What's that meant to mean? Nothing. Let me see your forehead. So sit on the floor. On the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands. But it hurts. I'll be gentle, it won't hurt. He releases her hands from the forehead. She brushes the bangs to one side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark in the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Don't worry. It's not that bad, but it really hurts. Her whimpering triggers a really strong protective instinct I didn't know I had. Hey, I'll get you some ice. It'll keep the swelling down and it should resolve some of the pain. Just stay here. I'll be back as soon as I can. Actually, where would I find some ice? Think, Gecko, think. I got it. Cold drinks should do the trick. Are you sure? You don't have to. I think I'd make a great unicorn. Even when something the pains, it still makes a silly joke. I'm sure you make a great unicorn, but I prefer you as a human. Unicorns are so cool though. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. I pat her on the shoulders and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? I guess it doesn't really matter because you won't be drinking it, but I know he likes apple juice, so I'll purchase that one. In just a moment, I already returned to the classroom where I left though. Don't know, unicorns might be greater than average. Yeah, it's a fair point. They're just a horse with a very pointy horn. Also, that'd be horrible. Ugh, I don't like unicorns. She's one palm on the forehead and is using the others to clumsily scoop the crayons into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spot before I spilled them. Here you go. I handed a bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. So I opened the cap and started drinking from it. What are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How did you hit your head? How hard did you hit your head? She places the ball against the bump on her head. Immediately her laugh subsides, replaced by a gasp of pain. It stings. I know. It'll feel better soon enough, I promise. Look, looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, that's good. Hey? This kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I'd always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I'd usually fall behind, I had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't do, I'd get myself hurt. I'd fall, scrape myself, or get a bump. I started crying really hard. And you'd rush over as quick as you could. You'd try really hard to get me to stop crying. Almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault. I remember. You were very clumsy. And I guess not much has changed. Hey, I did this deliberately, you know. A reason I always wanted to be a unicorn. That has to be perhaps the least believable excuse I've heard in a while. Okay, I guess I've never really been on the graceful side. I did always feel bad whenever you got hurt when we played together. Looking back, I should have been more mindful of what you could and couldn't do. I guess it's the same here. If I hadn't rushed you out to the closet, you probably wouldn't have hurt yourself. My mother was right. My mother was right. She scolded me after you got hurt, always telling me I had to be more careful. Okay. Don't feel bad. It's my own fault for being so clumsy. Besides, even if I got hurt, those times were still my favourite memories. It also made me realise how thoughtful you were. Huh? I wasn't thoughtful, I just got you hurt. No, that's not what I mean, you're always looking out for me. Even after all these times, you still rush to help. No matter what situation, you always reassure me and make me feel safe. I don't really do that kind of thing all the time. Just around you, I guess it feels natural, I guess I do it subconsciously before even knowing it. I'm treating you like that. Gosh, what's happened when I guess it's what happened when you're friends for so long. I don't know if you told me this before, but I'm really grateful we're friends. I'll admit I kind of missed you over the years. We used to hang out a lot. I was surprised when you approached me the other day. I wasn't really sure what to make of it at first. But we got to hang out in the club, share poems and walk. I realize not much has changed. Do you think we'd be like this forever? As much as I want to say yes, there's no telling how life will be for us during college, even afterwards. Still, I can be positive though. I sure hope so. It's been a long time already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. We haven't really talked in years, but then again, it's just like nothing has changed. I read some of that as a sign of friendships that is built to last. Here's hoping. I guess I hope so too. Yes, I'm so happy. So it has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We're in silence for a moment. Who guessed such a simple action to get acquainted would result in a heartfelt moment? Then again, sorry, it's impossible to tell. Anyway, I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica. Good luck with that. You're going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Stops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Sorry. Don't sound up to father hurting yourself. Yeah, sorry. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow her out to the classroom. We play to the bank trying to hide the bump but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good time is about to start with sharing our poems. Sorry, your forehead. I was playing with crayons and slammed my forehead into the shelf. You okay, sorry? Yep, I'm fine. Echo got me a nice cold drink. Right, okay, glad you're okay. Did you get everything we needed? I have it right. Huh? Frantically looks around. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down. I have it right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Echo. Well, sorry. I filled the cup with an excuse. I made it an adventure. Hear that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on these posters tonight. Thanks, you two. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. How long have we been streaming? Not that long. Hey again, Echo. I'm trusting that the club's been doing you well. Same answer as yesterday. Heh, good to you. So how's rain going? Alright, I guess. Just alright? No, I guess I could say that it's a... No, I guess I should say it's revolutionized my world and brought colors into my previously lifeless life. I say that, but the club is not poetry really. If not poetry, really had made my days more interesting. Okay, can you? Okay, can it with the sarcasm, mister? At least you're not hating it though. That's been an interesting experience at least. Gives me a new hobby as well. I'm happy you're applying yourself at least. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. You want to share what you wrote today? Sure. Hand over the poem. Alright, I can see you put in a good effort. Very sincere poem once again. And similar to Sayori's as well. You might have more in common with her than you think. Maybe. It's easy to write about from my heart when I think about nostalgic things. So that might be it. Writing poetry is while wearing rose-tinted glasses then. Well, it's not like I do it intentionally. That's just how my brain works. I mean, even if you did, there's nothing wrong with that. Poetry can be seen as other ways to express your inner emotions, a way that you can use when ordinary prose can't quite describe what's in your mind. So writing about how your long-lost child makes you feel is just as valid as, say, writing about how human condition is inherently full of conflict. I'm guessing that the latter is more of a Yuri poem? You might think of that, but actually a style like Sayori's could still fit that theme just as well. Really, how do you figure? Well, first off, you have anything heard of the poet Robert Frost? I think I have in English class somewhere, but I wouldn't be surprised if you learned about him in class. He is an incredibly famous American poet after all. Anyway, it's easy to recognize his poetry since he always used classic meters and tons of monologue and dialogue. He was also pretty fond of themes centering around nature and New England. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't really sound like anything like Sayori's poetry. No, you're right. She doesn't have the logisticalism that Frost has, and not too many of them of their interests intersect. I guess that the mood of the poetry is what strikes me as similar. Both of them write incredibly sincere and powerful poems, even though they aren't mind-bogglingly complex. And although their poems may seem to be about one thing at first, with another read through you might find that there's actually deeper meaning behind those words. Okay, that does sound a bit more like Sayori's poetry. Is it really that deep? Okay, you shouldn't underestimate Sayori. In fact, why don't you ask her for another look at her poetry, then you'll see what I mean. Alright. I'll talk to her about it sometime. But in the meantime, when you show me yours, I think it's about time we let your poems shine. Sure thing. I liked how this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Let's take a look. Pressured, I float there in vast hollow emptiness, large but small, grandiose and overwhelming, yet a distant moat, drifting meaningly, carried you along in an endless void. But then I realized my eyes open, bloodshot, my mouth open, gasps for breath in this questioning, suppressing, restraining, boundless, everlasting, suffocating vacuum of torment. Atmosphere, Pascal tore, screaming with no mouth, stretching, restraining, unrelating, carrying with no nail, clawing with no nails, distinguishing in a suffocating poem of absence. Okay, this is probably for the fact that we took away her control and this is just a game. Well, I think we'll end it there because it's already 10:30. I was a bit late to being able to stream. It's a bit of a short stream, but very short stream, but it's just I didn't really have much time today. I could have done one this morning. And that, yeah, I was up kind of late last night as well. Very late to be exact. I got distracted playing. I was playing Stellaris, a very good game. I got distracted and then I realized, oh, look at that. It's like 2:30, which is kind of bad. Yeah, thank you for watching. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I don't know what to stream because we've done. This will be our second Doki Doki. So it would have been, so far we've done Supermarket Simulator, Doki Doki, the Sea of Thieves, Doki Doki. Maybe we'll do another supermarket tomorrow, just so we can kind of stretch it out. I might also do a morning stream tomorrow. I'll see how I feel in the morning. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good night. So goodbye and good night.